Uh, yes, I do a bit of a update, for those who care, at this point, and now it's a new year, 2021, and I'm the last 7 to 8 years, my life has been plagued with senseless, unprovoked violence, and, extreme torture, merciless, and so my viewpoint of the world is different than what the average person would be. Blameless, just wanting to create good art for, God's people. And you see how it's been, crucified. Wanted to make this recording upon the return to my platform here. I managed to, it's back now. I got my platform back. It wasn't suspended or nothing like that. It just, due to the nature of the, like I say, the attack that's, my life, a livelihood has been under, it's intentionally, my livelihood is intentionally targeted by influential figures for that exact reason, to be able to undermine my platforms. And that's been happening for years, a long time. And, that's pretty much what's been going on. It's to keep me off balance. And in those times of my grief and distress is used to, just take my, keep my legs out from under me. It's happened, dozens of times already. I lost so many platforms for no reason. It's just the fact that the reality I live, it contradict the truth. The truth I live contradict the slanders and things that other people told on me and things like that. And it's a massive, satanic agenda that been upon my life. Everybody know now, it's been like that for a very long time. And you can see, it's like the more clear, the things like the Bible prophecy, as well as, this supernaturally, hateful attack, that been on my life for so long. It's like the clearer that get, the more, imperative it is, that I be, further destroyed, or hidden in things. And it's coming from influential figures, that makes those decisions. And when you think about it, you see, I'm like, my life was not, meant, you feel me, to be, what these influential figures try to, turn me into, by totally ignoring the law, everything to equal these results for my life, specifically at this time on purpose. It was premeditated. So it's like, it's influential figures. My life was not supposed to be like that in the beginning. In the first place, and so all these years, I've been telling the world all this stuff so they can, protect my rights. Help me fight. I'm defenseless. I'm vulnerable. You feel me? I've been telling the world these things for help, this whole time out of desperation. And so, in the end, to see that, me being, disinvented still because of the substance of what I'm saying, which was already out of desperation, so I wouldn't have to say it. You feel me? So I can just focus on being great as an artist. But because of this attack on me and me having no help, defenseless, nothing, just totally vulnerable, all these years, the whole time, me crying out for help to the world is actually used against me, in the same way that the trauma that these influential figures, intentionally gave me when I was a child, and all throughout my life, actually, like in every phase of my life, that was premeditated to be used now to destroy and kill me with, which explains a great deal of what's been happening these last several years of my life. So the situation is way, way larger than, it can be trivialized as. And it's as if, nobody, like I was saying, nobody can blame, anybody for this right here. And they're still, justice haven't, you know what I'm saying, they still haven't been brought to justice. You know, this, and that would, I mean, it's, you know, it's, you know, I mean, it's a lot like, say of, you know, it's a person, you know, say of, you know, it could be me, whoever, you know, hiking up a mountain, you know what I'm saying, let's say it's Mount Everest, you know, the tallest mountain, hiking up the mountain, you know, to get to the top, you know, through every, you know what I'm saying, all the danger, all the pain, the tiredness, you know, the hunger, you know what I'm saying, the thirstiness, you know, just through the weather, you know, all of that, the coldness, all of that, hiking up, you feel me, make it to the top. And it's like me going through all that for however long it take somebody to get up there. And then in one day, society just flies up, you know what I'm saying, in a helicopter, you feel me, to the top. I've been on this journey all these years, you know, these painful years where I'm being blindsided, you know, by attacks, and I don't understand the sources of them. I don't understand what's going on, you know. I don't know why I'm being slandered by these people, like multi-sides getting attacked, you know, double teamed by, you know, satanic cults, you know, just merciless, you know, all this stuff happening to my life. And I don't understand. I'm seeking understanding for it, you know, and you know, I'm climbing up, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's a mountain of understanding, you know, trying to, you know, get an understanding of what this is and what can I do, you know, to like still, you know what I mean, to be great as an author, you know, artist, and to not be killed every day, not be destroyed, you know, or attacked all the time. And I realized that, you know, it wasn't because of something I was doing. And so, I made it all the way to the mountain, to the top, painfully, trying to figure out, you know, because none of these people that people blame were as obvious all these years. You feel me? They were not obvious at all. Or they weren't presented to be obvious, you know, by the people. I don't know how that worked. But society fly to the top of the mountain, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, it's like the case already cracked somehow, feel me? And it's, you know, for me going through all that to come to the same results, you know what I'm saying? And then one day, it's like society just get up there one day and know the results already, you know? And I've been through all this as to say this misses everything I've gone through, you feel me? What I've been going through has been larger than myself, and it's been for reasons, purposes larger than myself, and it hasn't entirely been just because of who I am, you know what I'm saying, but it's a great deal. I've been under attack for others, you feel me, that don't understand the attack that I've been under. One thing that I can't change is what I've gone through, you feel me, and that in itself is not my fault, you know what I'm saying. You have people that envy sometimes, you know what I'm saying, jealousy make people do crazy stuff, you know, say things that's not true about you, and all of that, all the works, and you know what I mean. But what happened to me resulted in much, you know what I'm saying, unrecoverable damages to my health, you know, my reputations, you know, and my intellectual property, you know what I'm saying, things that are priceless in nature. You feel me? Things that are priceless. And that damage is here for now and forever. You know what I'm saying? And that's after I did everything I civilly possibly could have did to ensure, you feel me, that, you know, it was, you know, before it snowballed, that it could not have snowballed. You feel me? I did everything I possibly could, you know, at that time in my life. And those years was dark. You feel me? I wasn't looking at the times and associating them with people. You feel me? I was looking at the times and associating them with, you know, how my next day gonna be. You feel me? Like, will I live? Like, will I, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how it's been long before my profession or anything was like it is today. You feel me? Like 2017 and 18, these are years that I remember for the years. You know what I'm saying? For the things that I've gone through. You know, so I didn't associate no year ever, even to this day, with any person. You know what I'm saying? God is no respecter of persons. You know, only the Lord is what I associate my life with. Like, you know what I'm saying? On that level. You feel me? And I didn't, you know, it's like the persecution I was under was so immense and heavy that it itself, became an entity. You feel me? In my mind, to me, you know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. Like the situation, I don't know. I mean, society's moral compass, or I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's the fact, the fact that it's deteriorated so badly, or what it is, to where it don't understand the gravity of what it did. You know what I'm saying, to an innocent person. And not just the last 7-8 years, but I mean, way longer. But it's all the same situation. You know what I mean? And I understand that, the nature of this situation is so unnatural that, is not really much formal, procedure for it. I mean, and that's true. And I mean, I'm in the same boat as everybody else. And I'm the victim of this, you feel me? I'm the victim. Like, I mean, I shouldn't have to just go away because this happened. Why can't these people, that did this, be, made the answer for themselves, and I don't know, justice and stuff like that. But I mean, it's outrageous, to say the least. The things that's happened. But the damages I got from this are still with me every day. Every day. And just as long as these damages here, then the situation is still relevant. Because I did everything I possibly could, to prevent the damages and things. And all of that was overridden in order for it to be completed anyway. You know what I'm saying? And that's my problem. Because I know that this was not an accident. Nor was anything that I say coincidence. Though at the time I didn't really have a full understanding of the things that were transpiring. You know what I'm saying? When later on I would come to understanding, like around this, around these years and stuff, when it's like society just, the light bulb came on, feel me, for society. And I was being so bored all these years, what I'm saying, in my regular life, everyday life, personal life, that I didn't have time, to even make or think, or make those associations. You feel me? All I've known is extreme, hatred, cruelty. I can expect that whatever I do for that day, what I'm saying, wherever I go for that day, whatever, like everywhere, what I'm saying, I'm going to be subjected to, treatment and things that others are not being subjected to. And I don't even know the reason why, because the way I live is in total alignment with the Bible. You know what I'm saying? All year, every day. So I didn't understand, why. So then that's when I found out that society was not of God. Obviously, that's the only explanation for it, because I'm watching people watch, my life, illegally, secretly watching my life, and they see me living a godly life every day, all year long. So I know that they see clearly that I follow the Lord and I follow the Lamb. So I don't there's no other reason for what was happening to me, and I don't have no past because I'm too young to have a past. You feel me? I don't have any past, it ain't nothing I did, that caught up with me and all that. Nah, this happened, this originated originally, like when I was like 3 years old, you feel me? 3 years old, obviously. And everything after that, is a direct action of that, that attack when I was sold out around 3 years old, before anything recent, my older years, could be said of me, that's first. You feel me? We get in the order of importance. You feel me? Because I was subjected to things that this next 2 or 3 year old never have to go through. You feel me? I had the entire law excluded, nullified on my life to allow artists, unlimited access to my life when I was just at that age. Unquestionable, unlimited, and unwarranted. You feel me? Access to my life, whether I wanted it or not. And it was, true enough, I had a blessing of God on my life, but, it didn't, this society didn't handle, it didn't, it didn't handle the grace of God right. Put it like that in those times, you know. Especially progressively through the years. You see? So I mean, for God, you know, for the light to be shown, you know, you wouldn't think that it'd be looked at as, you know, as a catalyst, or as an excuse, you know, to, you know, do cruelty, you know what I'm saying, on innocents or on children. You feel me? You wouldn't get a light. That's not the purpose of the light. The light is to glorify God and to do things that please and that the Lord commends, things that please God. That's the purpose of the light, you know what I mean? It's not, you know what I'm saying, what it's being used for. And then, so you see like a pattern, man, and I mean, and so since my birth literally has followed me, you know, like all the way through, you know, my entire life. And like I say, it's no coincidence the things that were happening in these years, the slanders and things that were said, you know, without my knowledge, is directly connected to the attack that I was being under when I was like 2 or 3 years old. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? They are both the same crime. You know what I'm saying? People can take how they want it, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? Certainly true. You know, it was the same. It's the same thing. You know, from, you know, 1995 and all that, 1994, you know, 2020, 2000, you know, 17, 18, 19, you know what I'm saying? All of that is all the same situation. 2014, 13, 15, 16 is all the same situation. You know what I'm saying? It just was a thing that was pre-planned in relation to, you know, my growth as a person. You feel me? It was, you know, it was built. You had campaigns built around, you know what I'm saying, my life under the radar, informally. You feel me? So it's a rough situation, you know. But in these recent years, you know, I learned greatest things, you know, that I learned more than I ever learned. I learned about society, how it goes and everything. And, you know, nobody can just come to me now, you know what I'm saying, and tell me that this is not the way it is. You know what I'm saying? I've experienced, you know what I'm saying, and I know now that just like you had the concepts of good and bad, most people would say, well, some people would think, it's actually something I learned. Like, some would think if you ask them to choose which extreme they rather, you know, contribute to, you know what I'm saying? And it'll be, you would think that people would be like, good, you know, of course, good, you know, good stuff. I mean, generally, but the reality of the situation is, you know, in the generation or the age we live in, you know, bad and evil is equally, you know, desired. It's an option. You know, it's optional. I mean, for me personally, evil is not an option, you know, at all. You know, I have zero evil in my heart, you know. So it don't make sense to me, you feel me, for that to be an option on anybody, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't see the world that way. So is another reason why it was so hard for me to understand why these things were happening to me, you know what I'm saying, for pursuing the paths of righteousness. And this is Dexter Ray, you feel me? Like nobody else on no, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on.